Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mindful Dating Podcast, which is being recorded live today on my Facebook page and inside my Facebook group, my Sold Out community group, which is called Sold Out Living. So, Sold Out is spelled SOULED for those of you who are new to learning about this group. And that's partly because I named it Sold Out because I'm really all about expressing your soul and living in alignment with your soul. And today's topic is, what does the average man or woman want? And this topic was created in my mind because I've been seeing a lot of articles lately about what women want or how to get a guy. There are a lot of other coaches who really focus on, what men are looking for, how to catch his attention, how to keep him interested, and how to, what are women looking for in dating now? And first of all, I want to say, before I even start on my list that I already made, that I have prepared for today, I want to say, don't look for the average person or what the average person wants. You deserve someone who's superlative, who's as fantastic as you are. Stop worrying about what the average person wants. So that's the first one. But I have a prepared list, and here's really, I want to kind of untangle really what the problem is from a more rational or scientific perspective and not the idealistic perspective for a minute. And the first and foremost thing I want to say is that what men or what women want is not even a helpful concept. And I'm going to explain this to you in a sort of mathematical way. When we take the average of the following numbers, 4, 5, 7, and 8, the average number is 6. So if we wanted to talk about that average number, we would look at that group and recognize that not a single number in there is the number 6. So the bottom line is, when you start talking about the average man or the average woman, you are talking about someone who doesn't exist. You are talking about a mythical creature, a mythical person who doesn't exist. They might be average in this way and superlative in this other way. They may have common interests or common desires in X category, but in Y category, they're very unique. So when you start focusing on what this average man or what this average woman wants, you're really you're leading yourself astray here. And all of those coaches and all of those well-meaning article writers who tell you what people are looking for out there in the dating world, they're talking about a mythical creature. You might as well literally be looking for a unicorn. Who they're talking about doesn't actually exist. So that's the first thing. That average man or average woman is just not a helpful concept. Thinking about what they want doesn't really help, because that person that they are talking about isn't a real person. Just like if you average the numbers 4, 5, 7, and 8, you come up with an average number that is none of those numbers. So that's the first thing. Secondly, it's not your job to satisfy someone else's desire. That's not what you're here for. Your job is to fulfill your own soul purpose, to achieve your own goals. So, of course, first you need to get 100% clear on who you are, what you're about, the goals you have committed to achieving, and what you deserve is someone who will support you in that. It would be super helpful if you had a clear sense of what that potential person might look like and how to find them, because you're not looking, as it turns out, for the number 6. You might be looking for the number 7. 7 is not 6. Those are distinct numbers. So it's not your job to satisfy someone else's desire or the average goal of an average person who doesn't exist. Your job is to fulfill your own life purpose and your own goals, and to find a partner who's going to help you in that pathway. And you need to get clear on what that person looks like. And that person isn't going to be average, because you're not average, as it turns out. The third reason this is an irrelevant idea is that trying to become what someone else wants is a losing proposition. You are not going to win that way. First and foremost, you're going to compromise yourself trying to bend over backward and twist yourself into a pretzel trying to become what they want you to be. Secondly, and this probably should be first, but this is really important, it's manipulative. Now, manipulation is indeed the tool of the powerless, but you are not powerless, and you don't have to stoop to manipulation. Who you are right now is beautiful, lovable, and worthy. And when you be that person in the world, in your fullness, you're going to draw to you the people who love who you are. And you're not going to have to manipulate them into loving you. It's just going to flow. Which brings me to another reason that trying to become what someone else wants is a losing proposition, is it undermines the opportunity for genuine, authentic intimacy. What I'm about as a coach is helping my clients develop genuine, authentic relationships everywhere, at work, at home, with partners, with friends. And if you're out there trying to be what you think someone wants, you aren't being your authentic self and they can't connect with you. The person that is really going to love who you are won't see you and won't connect with you. And the connections you have won't be authentic because you're busy pretending to be something you're not. The third reason that trying to become what someone else wants is a losing proposition is that eventually the real you comes out. You can't keep up that charade forever. Eventually, who you are is going to show. And when you've attracted a bunch of people into your life, whether it's a romantic partner or a workplace or a bunch of friends who have based their relationship with you on some show that you're putting on, and that show stops, they're going home because the show's over. So eventually, when that real you comes out, you're going to think, oh, nobody likes the real me, which isn't true at all. It's that nobody saw the real you. They saw something else and they wanted that something else. When you are the real you, the people who want what you really have to offer are going to come toward you. Those relationships are going to be authentic and they're going to stand by you because the real you is present beginning, middle, and end. It's not like the fake you is present beginning and middle, and then the real you shows up and then you're a different person. So these are the three reasons that working on this, what do men want idea, or what do women want, or what's trending in dating right now doesn't serve you. Because the average person doesn't exist. Just like mathematically, you can come up with an average of 4 different numbers, and that number isn't even in that group. So we're talking about somebody who doesn't exist. Secondly, it's not your job to meet someone else's desires. Your job is to fill your own soul purpose. And there is a partner out there. If you believe that you have a partner out there, I believe you do too. If you deeply want one, I believe that's because that desire has been implanted in you by God, the divine, the Holy One, Hashem, Joanna, whatever you want to call it, the source of the universe. And your job is to fulfill that soul purpose. And when you're fulfilling your soul purpose, the right partner to help you fulfill it is going to show up because you are on the path of partnership and your soul purpose and partnership are intertwined. Thirdly, trying to become what someone else wants is a losing proposition. You are who you are, and you're going to be that person eventually. And when you try to pretend to be something you're not, you undermine the opportunity to develop authentic intimacy. So I know this is a really short one today, but I'm curious how all this sits with you. And I would love to hear your thoughts. I cannot see comments while I'm doing this live because I'm live streaming to several different places at once. But if you have a comment or a question, you can drop it in the comment box. You can send me a private message. But I would love to hear your thoughts on why trying to figure out what men want or what women want is a totally losing proposition when it comes to dating. I hope this has been helpful. Would love to hear back from you. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye now.